I'd first like to provide an update of the situation in the dormitories. Previously, at the last virtual conference, I had sketched out our overall dormitory landscape, as well as the three-pronged strategies and the three key enablers for us to effectively implement the strategies. One of the key enablers are the forward assurance support teams, FAST teams. FAST teams have been deployed to all 43 purpose-built dormitories, and we have further raised another 26 teams to also look after the factory-converted dormitories. The medical posts have been up and running in all 43 purpose-built dormitories. In addition, we have also assembled mobile medical teams to support the factory-converted dormitories. And all in all, about 10,000 essential workers have been transferred out of these dormitories and have been relocated. They are now staying separately. Throughout this period, we have gotten the very strong support of the migrant workers themselves living in the dormitories. They understand the need for these measures, and they have cooperated, for which we are very thankful for. Here, I also want to acknowledge the contributions of many non-governmental organizations who have stepped forward to volunteer their services and partner with the Joint Task Force in reaching out to the migrant workers and to support them during this difficult period. One area which has been particularly helpful is providing emotional support through assembling a team of counselors that are available to discuss with the workers any issues that they might raise. Now, because of the scale of the operations, this remains a very challenging task. However, we will press on, focusing on the workers' well-being. Now, I would like to talk about some further measures that we will take in the dormitories. Prime Minister Lee earlier had talked about the situation when workers continue to move in and out of the dormitories. And when they do so, there are potential channels for cross-infections in both directions. We have completed the pull-out of the essential workers and housed them separately. And so we will now require all the workers staying in all the dormitories to stop going to work. This was something that we had planned for, and now we are going to implement it. Now, this new condition applies to workers from all companies, including those that have earlier obtained exemption to operate, but which MTI will now notify to suspend operations for this period. We know that there are going to be some adjustments to be made by the companies, but we seek the cooperation of both the employers and the workers on this new condition. It is a necessary measure to minimize the risk of transmissions. I also want to add that with Ramadan around the corner, the Interagency Task Force has coordinated with caterers and the purpose-built dorm operators to provide timely pre-dawn and breakfast meals. This is very important to our Muslim friends, and we want to make sure that they are properly taken care of when Ramadan begins. The task force has also translated MUIS Ramadan Guide 2020 on religious observances to take into account the safe distancing measures. And this will provide guidance to the dorm operators on how to facilitate Ramadan religious practices. MUIS has also come in to develop videos for religious guidance tailored to the workers' needs. We're very thankful to MUIS for this very important partnership. The third part I want to cover is on the stay-home notices for workers in the construction sector. We decided to do this because contact tracing efforts suggest that the transmissions at common construction work sites may have contributed to the increase in the numbers of infected workers. So this is something that we have taken as an added precautions, and during the period of the stay-home notice, enforcement officers will conduct regular and random checks. They may make phone calls or send SMS messages to the affected workers and require the workers to respond to these messages or phone calls. We hope that the workers will respond in good time so that we can also check on their well-being, whether they are getting the support that they need, whether it is for food or for other items, particularly on healthcare. Now, because of the circuit breaker measures already in place, frankly, we are seeing very good cooperation from the workers that are affected by the stay-home notice as well as their employers. We're very thankful to them for understanding the need to implement this precautionary measure in a very quick fashion and for making the necessary adjustments. I think if we were to be able to follow through with this, work stoppages, together with the closure of shopping areas, socializing areas, and coupled with the measures taken at the dormitories, we have a real chance of breaking these channels of transmission and a real chance of overcoming this hump in order that we may slowly bring back the recovery measures.